Social media and social marketing have been among the hottest trends over the past couple of years. One Australian company, Shoes of Prey, even hired a 16-year-old video blogger to spread their message in the US. It led to 500,000 visits to their website in just 1 week. Well, joining us now in the studio to tell us a bit more are Michael Fox from Shoes of Prey and Google innovationist Justin Baird. Great to have you both in. Thanks so much for joining us. If we could start with you, Michael, just to tell us firstly a little bit about the Shoes of Prey. It's about basically designing your own shoes and having them shipped to you. You do it all online.
Yeah, exactly. So you can go to the website, design a pair of women's shoes. So you pick the toe, the heel type, the heel height, the leather, the colour, and design your dream pair of shoes, which we then hand make and ship to you.
Yes, I was looking at the website before and I was a bit worried that the boss might think I was shopping for shoes, and I was actually doing some research. Just looking at the company, I mean, how challenging is it to break into other markets, particularly that lucrative one, the US market? It must be pretty tough.
Yeah, it would certainly help if we were based in the US, but I think it's gotten easier over the last few years with the growth of online marketing and social media. Yeah, much easier to sort of spread the word of your business over there using some of the online marketing and social media tools that are available now.
Yeah, and just tell us about how you came to hire Blair Fowler, this 16-year-old video blogger. Yeah,
so we're having a look at YouTube. We sort of thought it's a social media tool. Let's experiment with finding some fashion video bloggers on YouTube. So Blair's, she's 16, just turned 17, and she's one of the most, I think the 60th most popular video blogger on YouTube. So we sort of got in touch with her to see if she'd want to do something with us, run a competition.
Wow. I'll ask you a bit more about that in a second. Justin, I just wanted to ask you a few questions too. I mean, are you seeing this a lot of non-US companies resorting to social and online marketing compared to those already in the US?
Oh yes, yeah, certainly. There's so much happening when it comes to sort of social media and the way that people are using that to connect. So we're really finding that people are looking for this type of information and making those kind of connections, and both inside the US and also outside the US. I mean, it's a perfect example of finding the right people that have the same type of interests and are participating in a similar community. Yeah, it's very interesting.
Sure is. Just asking you, Michael, again about the campaign, I guess. Just tell us, we've heard a few of the statistics there, but once you got Blair doing this blog for you, I mean, how quick was the change, and what kind of numbers did you see then to your website?
Yeah, so in our first 6 months of operation, we'd had about 200,000 people visit the website. That video went live and we had 500,000 people visit our website within a week, so pretty amazing numbers. We didn't see sales have that same increase at first because Blair's audience is 13 to 17-year-old females, which isn't our target audience. So we changed some of the functionality on our website to make it easier for all these young girls who are designing shoes to share their designs on other social media like Facebook and Twitter. So they started sharing the shoes that they designed on those social networks, and that introduced our brand to their older friends, older sisters and mothers who are our target audience. And then our sales have pretty much settled at triple what they were before the video went live, which is an incredible result.
Yeah, it is quite interesting. And Justin too, I mean, just looking at YouTube's strengths, I mean, that's a great case at proving a thing platform there, how you can do it. But there must be pitfalls as well. I mean, what do people have to watch out for?
Oh yes, well, YouTube is quite interesting in the sense of being able to connect with the community online. And I think that's one of the strengths of it. But when we think about the things that you've got to watch out for, it's always kind of like you've got to be a part of the conversation online. I think that's the really important thing. You can't just sort of put something out there and then just never come back to it. You've got to be kind of a part of the nurturing process, communicate to this community, listen to what they have to say and evolve your brands or products or services based on that.
Yeah. Is it expensive too, Michael, to do this? I mean, obviously you want the most popular bloggers, so I guess they can charge.
No, the price we paid Blair was very reasonable for what we got out of it. Yeah, incredibly good return on investment from the marketing spend. I mean, one difference with social media, as Justin was touching on, is you've got to put in some effort yourself to join the conversation. So there's a bit of cost in your time in doing that, but no, overall it was a really campaign and amazing results from the money we spent.
All right, but I mean, obviously not all business perhaps would see the great return. I guess, what have you learnt from that about how best to get the most out of social media?
Yeah, I think you've got to come up with something interesting, come up with engaging content for people to share on the social networks. So with Blair, we didn't just have her do a video. We sent her some shoes. She talked about the shoes and about how to design your own shoes on the website. And then we actually ran a competition with her on YouTube. So her audience could go to our website, design some shoes, go back to YouTube and then write a comment on the video about the shoes they'd designed and what kind of event that they'd wear those shoes to. So that really got her viewers really engaged with our brand, and getting all those comments on the video on YouTube sort of helped spread the video virally, which got a lot more people introduced to the product. So I think you've got to come up with creative, slightly different ways of doing things, and come up with content that's engaging for users.
Do you think too, Justin, I mean, that it's best to be upfront with your consumers and your viewers, let them know that you have, okay, yeah, we've hired this blogger to talk about our products. Is that what you find works?
Yes, yeah, definitely. I think honesty is always the best policy, and I think that sort of is the same certainly online as well. And that's the ones that we've seen that are most successful are people that are driving that type of content for sure. And then also doing things that are not just putting like, a TV ad up on YouTube. The things that people are engaging with are the things that are more like uniquely generated content. Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of businesses out there that are like me, when it comes to the internet, you can do a little bit, but not a great deal. Your background obviously used to work at Google, so I mean, you're kind of a step ahead there. Yeah. Just tell us a bit about why you left and I guess how much that influenced your decision, I guess, to use social marketing to such success.
Yeah. So I spent 2.5 years at Google prior to launching Shoes of Prey, and great experience, great company to work for. Difficult decision to leave, but I suppose I'd seen the businesses were doing online and the success that they were having marketing their businesses online, and sort of got the bug and wanted to have a go and do it myself. So another friend from Google and my wife, the three of us sort of left to launch Shoes of Prey. Having worked at Google certainly helped to launch the business. I mean, I guess I'd learnt a lot about how to do online marketing, how to measure the return on your investment on your marketing spend, to try and pick the right sort of marketing channels to use online. That helps, but I think those things, they're not too difficult for a business to pick up. They're sort of fairly intuitive skills to pick up.
What are you finding? I mean, Justin, is social media using that to market? How's it compared to sort of traditional online marketing methods? Is it taking over now?
Well, I mean, it certainly has its place. I think that actually, I guess what you're saying, the traditional online marketing approach of like text-based ads and stuff, which is sort of untraditional, but traditional as well. Both a good kind of marketer is going to look at all of these things and look at the opportunities and the things that can come from those spaces. And so, I mean, there's many tools that are available from a social networking perspective that again make these linkages between the different components. But again, when it comes to search and things like this, that's that moment of relevance where people are saying, hey, I'm looking for shoes, or I'm looking for a digital camera. It's like that's still that place to be able to find this type of content and then go to it quickly. Yeah.
Michael, could this kind of be a bit of a negative then for Google? I mean, if people are using those social networking sites, they don't really need to go do the search, do they?
Yeah, I think like Justin was saying, it's good to do both. So we still use Google AdWords. That's a big part of our marketing spend. As exactly as Justin was saying, to get those customers who may have heard of us on YouTube but sort of forgotten our brand name, they go to Google and search for design your own shoes. We're going to make sure that we're positioned on Google for those people. But yeah, I think it's good to have a mix of these different marketing options when you're marketing your business.
All right, very interesting there. Like, I know, Michael, you probably didn't want to say before from what we were hearing there, but I mean, Justin, any idea? I mean, roughly how much you need to sort of spend on the video bloggers to just if businesses are interested? I mean, what's the kind of the going rate, do you think, to sort of get one on board?
Gosh, to be honest with you, I don't have any idea. But I think what's interesting is you get people that are passionate about the same things that you're passionate about. And, the money is just sort of one aspect of making that relationship.
Yeah. It's been really interesting to have you both in. So thanks so much for coming and telling us a bit more. Justin Baird, Google Innovationist, and also Michael Fox from Shoes of Prey.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, thank you.